So I was talking to Jesus the other day, and he's all like, dude, I got this really, really hot date later on tonight. I'm like, that's awesome. Do you think you'll get lucky? He says, are you kidding? She'll fuck anything that's not nailed down. A guy gets the words, I love you, tattooed to his dick. Goes home, shows his wife. Wife says, stop trying to put words in my mouth. So there's this Mormon guy who's going door to door. Rings one particular doorbell, the door opens. It's a naked 5-year-old boy that has a bottle of scotch in one hand and a cigar in the other. The Mormon says, young man, are your parents home? Kid says, does it fucking look like my parents are home? So there's this guy who's driving across the country, and he's taking the scenic route, you know, taking state roads and shit. And he's driving by this one particular stretch of pastoral kind of farmlands, and he sees this one guy who's out in the middle of a field fucking a donkey. And he's kind of appalled by this. So he decides he's actually going to do something about it. He pulls off the road, finds the farmhouse that this land belongs to, and he knocks on the door. Little boy opens it. The guy says, son, there's really no way for me to say this other than to just say it, but, your dad's out there fucking a donkey. Boy says, oh, he always does that. What's the best part of fucking 23-year-olds? There's 20 of them. A father walks into his kid's bedroom and says, son, you need to quit masturbating. You'll go blind. The son says, I'm over here, Dad. So Michelle Bachmann goes to the gynecologist and gets in the stirrups. The doctor says, wow, what a cunt. What a cunt. Bachmann says, you didn't have to say it twice. He goes, I didn't. A son comes home from school and says, Daddy, Daddy, I got my first blowjob today. His dad says, well, that's great, son. How was it? He goes, tasted great. So a bear and a rabbit are taking a shit in the woods. Bear turns to the rabbit and says, do you have problems with shit sticking to your fur? Rabbit says no, so the bear wipes his ass with the rabbit. Little girl comes home from school and says, Mommy, Mommy, Johnny gave me a quarter to climb the telephone pole. Mom says, Susie, all he wants to do is look up your skirt and at your underwear. Next day, little girl comes home and says, Mommy, Mommy, Johnny gave me 2 quarters to climb the telephone pole. Susie, what did I tell you? All he wants to do is look up your skirt and at your underwear. Finally, the next day, Susie comes, Mommy, Mommy, Johnny gave me $1 to climb the telephone pole this time. Mom says, Susie, what do I keep telling you? Susie goes, Mommy, Mommy, I fooled him this time. I didn't wear any. Guy walks into a bank, goes up to the teller and says, excuse me, I want to open a fucking bank account. Teller says, excuse me, sir, I would appreciate it if you didn't use such harsh language. Guy goes, what's the fucking problem? All I want to do is open a fucking bank account. Teller says, excuse me, sir, if you continue to use that kind of harsh language, I'm going to have to get the manager. Get the fucking manager! All I want to do is open a fucking bank account. Manager comes up. Says, sir, I'm sorry, but what seems to be the problem, guys? I don't know what the fucking problem is. I just won $10 million and I want to open a fucking bank account. Manager says, oh, and is this cunt giving you trouble? Why did the ladies love Jesus? Because he was hung like this.